Hey there, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Michelle from Michelle V. Park Design. I'm so glad you could join me today. You may have noticed I haven't been around YouTube all that much, and that's because I was super busy getting ready for Scrap Fest and then attending the event in April. And then when I got home, I needed just a little bit of recovery time. But now I'm rested, my craft table's cleaned off, my camera's set up, and I'm ready to rock and roll. For my first video back, I'm going to launch a brand new series called No Glue Required, where I show you how my patterned cardstock plays beautifully with traditional card making elements such as die cuts, stamps, stencils, and more. In fact, the only thing missing is going to be the glue, and that's because I'm going to dry fit my project. My first episode is going to focus on changing one thing in each design so you can see how you can create a different look. So please stick around. Join me down at that craft table. Let's get this project started. Okay, let's get to designing. So my first dry fit project is going to be using a black note card. I'm going to bring in my plate of parts and pieces. And I think everything is nicely centered here. Perfect. All right, for the first design, I'm going to use my gears schematic pattern. It's white with black. And I'm going to use this note card. I'm going to center everything as best I can. I love the black border, and it really brings out the pattern of the cardstock. And then I'm going to grab some die cuts of gears, which I have double stacked. I might have even triple stacked them for dimension because I do love dimension. And then I'm going to lay these down in an eye-pleasing fashion. They are large and chunky, so we do have to play a little bit to make sure they all fit nicely. That and my sentiment is also big and chunky. It's actually a custom made sentiment that I created using Corel Draw. And then I printed it out on a laser printer, so it is toner based, and then cut it out with my Cricut. But very quickly, we have a beautiful, bold birthday card for a guy, or maybe the techie in your life. And in keeping with our theme, I'm going to change one thing out, and I'm going to introduce a new sentiment, which is basically the same sentiment as we just did, but because I said it was toner based, it allows me to deco foil with the help of a laminator the sentiment, which adds a whole lot of color and shine, and again, changes the look completely. And finally, yes, there is more. We have a more traditional sentiment where I've used a big chunky flag from the Gina K Master 8 layout. And then I've heat embossed in silver the happy birthday sentiment. So again, totally different feel, same layout, different sentiment. And it is exceptionally monochromatic, which there is nothing wrong with. It actually looks very elegant. So the next card, I'm going to use a white note card. And I'm going to grab this already prepared panel. I've used a large stitched rectangle and a coordinating die to create this matted layer in black, Gina K style, of course. And I'm going to lay it down on this white note card. The circles are cut out from my orange background with white Swiss dots. Can't go wrong with a Swiss dot pattern. The circles are actually the leftover bits from this panel, which was created by Gina K's window die plate. I can't remember what it's called, but I will put the product name in my description. But as you can see, these are those. So don't throw away your leftovers. You never know when they might come in handy. All right, next we're going to add in some florals. And because I love silhouette stamping, I'm going to create silhouette stamping, but with die cuts instead. So I'm going to add these florals here. I'm going to center them as best I can in those circles. And then I'm going to bring in a beautiful die cut black butterfly, as flowers and butterflies go together. So we'll start off by centering the butterfly in his circle. And oops, you can see that the wings actually extend beyond the note card. And that's going to be a problem because it's going to get stuck and smushed in the envelope. So I'm just going to pull the butterfly back away so that the wings don't extend beyond the note card. And I'm going to angle him so he looks nice on his circle. And I'm also going to continue the asymmetrical look with each of these flowers. We want it to look intentional and balanced. And I think that looks pretty good. So now we have similar placement, we have motion, and it feels really good to look at. And then the last but not least, we need a sentiment. So I'm going to use this printed sentiment strip, which I've cut out with a 1/4-inch die. If you didn't have that, you could also use white embossing powder on some black cardstock. And I think that's a really sweet thank you card. Now we're going to change one thing in keeping with our theme, which will be to replace the white note card with a sweet mango note card. Whoops, moved my butterfly here. Let me fix that. All right, so we'll center him back up into the center of the note card. Fix the butterfly a little. There we go. And there we have exact same card, except we changed out the note card, which now creates a totally different look. And it also makes all of those orange components just pop off the page. Last but not least, the last thing you could change out to give yourself a different look is you could replace the printed sentiment strip with an actual hand stamp. If you're good with free range stamping, hand stamp it. If you're not, you could also take this panel to a MISTI and hand stamp the thank you in black ink, which would again give you a totally different look. So there, in a nutshell, is our first episode of No Glue Required. And I would really love it if you would join me topside so we can do a quick recap and say goodbye. Well, that's our first episode of No Glue Required. I do hope you'll stick around and hit that subscribe button. Sorry, had to say it. I'm not normally so punny though. Seriously, if you enjoyed this video, it would mean a lot to me if you would like and share it with your crafty friends. My channel is still but a baby in this YouTube world, and I would really like to meet some new crafters out there. Thanks again for hanging out with me. I do hope to see you next time. So until then, happy crafting. Thank you so much for watching today. You can find the list of products on your screen. Plus, there's more info in the video description box. Click on those 3 dots, bottom right. Also, please hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next project. And I'll see you next time.